On today's show, it's all about vegetarian. We're gonna do 5 different options. Your vegan friends and your vegetarian friends are gonna have a blast. Because you know, I am. So you have some guests coming up who are vegetarian or even vegan, and you're going, oh no, what am I going to cook? I am here for you. We get to cater for some amazing bands, and a lot of them on the riders have some that strict vegetarians on the road. Again, you know, when you're on the road, you're trying to eat healthy, so we try and cook as healthy as we possibly can for them. So today I'm going to take all those ideas, encompass them into one, and we're going to make 6 different dishes that you can serve at the cottage that are vegan or vegetarian. We're going to get started first with a couscous. And this couscous is gluten-free, so you can look for gluten-free couscous. Now what we have here, we're using our outdoor oven again. So I've got my water warming up. You want it to come to a boil. I'm going to take a little bit of spice and just put it in. I just find sometimes that couscous is just a little bland, you know, so you want to kind of dress it up. I use, this is an oxymoron when we're talking about vegetarians, I tend to use the keg or, you know, the Montreal steak spice. They just got some great flavors in them, and it's going to improve the taste of the couscous. So what we want to do is bring that water up to a boil. Once the water boils, we're going to put the couscous in, and it'll be done in no time, probably about a minute. That's how long it takes. So in that time, while we're waiting for it to come up, I'm just going to move this to the side. Now, like I said to you, oh, sorry, I didn't mention, is couscous is 1 cup of water to 1 cup of couscous. That's the simple, easy way, or 1 cup if you don't have a strict measuring cup. I love using coffee cups for more than just coffee. So the other dish that I want to make right now is a really cool salad. And it starts off with some baby arugula, and you can buy this at any grocery store, or, you know, right now it's coming into season here in Ontario, some fresh Ontario arugula. It is so peppery, it tastes like radishes, it's absolutely fantastic. So look for it at your local farmer's market. We're going to spread it out onto our platter, just like so. And then what I have here is some spring pea shoots. Again, look for your different markets. They more and more are growing these microgreens and amazing flavor like this. Again, eat it. It is truly the pea shoot. It tastes like a pea. So we're going to give it just a nice little chop. Nothing fancy here. We're going to put this on top of our salad, like so. I'm just going to check on our water. Just want to make sure it's starting to boil. Oh, we're almost there. So what we have here is some spring peas. Now, this is where, you know, sometimes we don't always think about it in the proper text, is frozen vegetables. They're picked at the peak of flavor, they're harvested, they're frozen, and all that great nutrients are in them right away, and away you go, right? So put them in your freezer, and you can use them for different dishes. So I have some edamame beans. I'm just going to put our edamame beans over top, like so. Then I have some sweet peas. Put our sweet peas over. Now I stopped in Berries Farms on the way up, and I picked some blueberries. I picked the basket of blueberries out. Now, if you want, you can stop, and, you know, all the wild blueberries are soon coming into season, and you can be having some wild blueberries on this. Would be absolutely fantastic. You know, a bunch for the salad, bunch for the top. You know, after having a season of blueberries coming in from Chile and California, which is great, but these just taste so much better. So we're going to give it a quick chop of some chives. Put that over top just like that. Finish it up. Again, Nona Pia's great company. They do it the old school way of making some balsamic glaze. We're going to put the balsamic glaze over top. simple, amazing, tasty salad that's high in protein and it's good for you. So now the water should be coming up to boil, which it is. We're going to take our couscous, put our couscous in the water. We're going to give it a quick stir. Just give it a quick stir. Absorbs up all that moisture. Remember, it's been on the barbecue, our outdoor oven. We're gonna bring it over to the side. We're gonna let it finish warming there. And when we come back, it's couscous time. So as I mentioned earlier, we brought the water up to a boil and then we put our couscous in. I've cooled the pan down. Don't pick it up when it's hot, folks. I can tell you that I burnt myself way too many times. So, and you just fluff it up as it's cooking. And look at this, it's just beautiful. And again, I just seasoned it with a little bit of Montreal steak seasoning. You could cook it in some vegetable stock. You can add some dried onion, dried garlic to it. Fresh onions, fresh garlic scapes, wherever you want to go with it, right? So that's on top. Now, we roasted off some peppers earlier, and we're going to take some roasted peppers. Just going to give it a quick chop. Nice little dice. On they go. I have some raisins. Some dried cranberries. Some dried mangoes. If you haven't tried one of these are so good. Dice them up nice and fine. Put them on. Then I have some dried apricots. These are organic apricots. A little bit darker. Still all that great flavor. Love the apricot. Love the apricot. Nice fiber. A little bit of sweetness to it. Then we're going to garnish it with some fresh chives. Again, fresh chives, but it could be basil, it could be cilantro. You know, you could put some, even some sage on, because you get some earthiness from the couscous. Just like so. Then we're going to take the juice of 1 lemon. Now, I'm just going to juice it over my hands so then you don't get all the seeds in. You might want to not do this. You have a little nick or something, a cut in your finger, because it's going to sting. But don't forget, lemons and limes are like sunshine. They brighten up every dish that you have, make it taste that much, it makes it pop. You don't have to add a lot of salt to this. You know, we need a little bit of salt in our diets, but we tend to get too much from all the times that we go to those fast food places. And, you know, I'm guilty of it as well. Don't worry. So that salad's done. Look at how pretty it looks. It's great. It's healthy. It's got everything in there, some dried fruit. And again, you can keep the dried fruit in your cabinetry and have it all summer long. So the next salad we're going to make, and this is just right in season, is a watermelon, feta, strawberry. Now I'm using sheep's milk feta, so you can use cow's milk wherever you want to go with this. We're going to cut into the melon. Now I know some people that still keep the skin of the watermelon on. They say it's lots of fiber and that. If that's what you like, go for it. I think somebody's out water skiing. I think that's where I should be in a little bit. So we're going to take our watermelon, cut it down. Beautiful. Again, keeping a little bit of the white on. Just give it a nice little chop. Now, you can dice it as big or small as you like. I like a little bit smaller. And put this on our board. Take our skin away. Now we're going to add a little bit of cucumber. Chop it down the side just like so. And then that way it's not going to move on you when you're cutting it. A little bit safer. You really don't want to be going to the hospital with a stitch when you're at the cottage. It's supposed to be fun times here. Again, just chop it down the middle. Okay, just while I'm chopping here, just want a quick note about knives. You know, a lot of times at the cottage we bring up the older, you know, whether it be a couch, whether it be a bed, and you know, this is what's at the cottage. For the cottage, buy yourselves a nice set of knives that you can have them here at the cottage all season long. It's going to work so much more nicely for you than having the old dull, and you're going to use them much better. And it's going to save you time over the long run. So the cucumber. Take a couple stalks of celery. I just rinsed them under a little bit of water. And now that celery isn't so dear as it was earlier in the season, and we're getting some from Ontario, which is even better. Give it just a nice slice down the middle. Bring it all back. And then just give it a nice chop. Put that over top. Just like so. Now we have some strawberries. Again, probably the last of this season, so we're just going to use these up nicely. Sorry, nicely. They are nice. Nice and tasty. You know, sometimes your brain forgets to tell your mouth what it really wants to say. So, chopping our strawberries, in they go. As many as little as you like. And this, you know, like we did blueberries in the last salad, you can put some blueberries in here, some cherries, you know. Even if you don't have watermelon, try cantaloupe in it. It tastes amazing. Finish that up, one more strawberry. And then we're going to chop up some fresh mint. Now, I'm going to take the mint off the stem. You know, when you're using cilantro, you want the stem, because that's where all the flavor comes from. In the mint, sometimes the stem's a little bit woody, and you don't want that. So we're just going to do it a quick chiffonade, which is just a simple slice, just like so. On that goes some fresh feta. Okay, with a little bit of lemon juice. A touch of olive oil. And there you have it. 2 salads. When we come back, we're going to be doing stir fry using our barbecue as our outdoor oven. So we're going to make a couple vinaigrettes. We're going to do a quick stir fry, and we're also going to do a lento Greek salad. It's just a little salad with a twist, adding some protein to it, and away we go. But we're going to get started first of all with our stir fry. So I'm just going to cut up some onion. Again, we're using the barbecue as our outdoor oven so that we're not heating up the cottage at all. Let's peel our onion back. Of course, it's easier said than done. Again, you can use leeks, you can use Spanish onions, cooking onions, wherever you want to go with this. You can give it a quick cut. Again, keeping the flat side down. The great thing about being outdoors is you don't have to worry about crying when you're cutting your onion. The emotional side of Chef D. Again, give it a quick chop. Then we have a pepper. Again, turn them over. Nothing fancy, it's a stir fry. Have our barbecue on low. So it's about 400 degrees, that's what we're looking for. So our onions, peppers chopped. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil to my pan. Probably about 2 tablespoons is what I'm looking for. And put our onions. And that's what you wanna hear. You wanna hear the sizzle right away. You know that you're frying it, not steaming it. And then I have some garlic, peeled some the other night. This is some fresh Ontario garlic, brought it up with me. Now, you can, grate it wherever you want to go with it, or just chop it up. Put it in. Some fresh Ontario broccoli. Truth be told, this is not my favorite vegetable, but it's good, it's healthy, and for those of you who love it, keep eating it. Again, nice chop, nothing fancy. And that goes. A little bit of salt and pepper. Give that a quick stir. And don't forget, when you close the lid, it's going to cook a little bit faster, so you want to keep an eye on it. Finally, a little bit of celery. Then I'm going to add, this is where it's a little bit of a twist. So we're going to take some sun-dried tomatoes, pop them in. We were making pizzas up here the other day, so I thought, hey, we have them, let's use them. In the tomatoes go. Oh yeah. We're going to close our lid right now. I have some roasted mushrooms. We're going to put those in right at the end because you just want them to warm back up. You don't want them to become soft. You want that sweetness and that beautiful earthy, roasty flavor of it. So we'll put those in just a minute. But in the meantime, let's make some vinaigrettes. And they can be anything that you want, any ingredients you want. The great thing is you can actually make this at the beginning of the season and keep it in your refrigerator till September. That's how it works. So They're called 1 liters in the kitchen, but you know, you buy the olives from a bulk area. Use the plastic, keep those plastic, or you know, there's Tupperware, you know, wherever you want to go. Even the Ziploc containers work really well for this. So we're going to take some Dijon mustard. I'm going to put a tablespoon of each into each one. A little bit of honey, and you can tell I need to go back to the farm to get some more. About 2 tablespoons of honey. A little bit of salt. For this one here, we're going to use a little bit of dried onion powder. And you want to use the dried herbs because they're going to reconstitute over time, and that flavor is going to be absolutely fantastic. If you're measuring at home, it's 1 tablespoon. And as we used the Montreal steak spice before, we're just going to add a little bit of steak spice to this one. Wait till you taste this try it with some head lettuce and some dried cranberries. It's just so good. So we have our ingredients to start. We're going to take the juice of 2 lemons, 1 for each. And for this one, I brought out what I like to affectionately call as a margarita maker. This is where you're going to get lots of juice out of your lemons or limes. Look at that. Perfect. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our olive oil. If you don't have olive oil, you can use some canola oil. And what you're going to do is it's going to be 1/3 juice to about 2/3 of oil. You don't have olive oil, you have canola oil, that works just as well. And then same with the other. Almost there. We're going to put our lid on. Make sure the lid's on nice and tight. And we're going to do the Chef D shake. And there you have it. You can put it in your refrigerator and leave it there. From the beginning of the season to the end of the season, you have some amazing vinaigrettes. So we're just going to pop these over here. And then finally, today, we're going to make a lento, like I said to you, a lento Greek salad. So we're going to take some cucumber. But first, I'm just going to check on my stir fry. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. As I know I'm coming to the home stretch, I'm just going to turn the heat up just a little bit more so it can finish off. Take our cucumber, again, cut it down the side so you have that flat side so you can cut again. Nice chop. Put that in a bowl. We're going to add some tomatoes. And I just have some tri-colored tomatoes. And yes, tomatoes are a little bit early right now. I'm using some from some greenhouses that actually taste like tomatoes. Oops, got away. A touch of salt, touch of pepper, a little bit of celery. a touch of hot sauce, 5 good drops. We're going to add the lentils in, a little bit of olive oil, and just in case we have just a little bit, we don't need a whole lot of acid, so I'm just going to take the last juice of the lemons, get all of it out of there. One more. There we go. Clear this away. I just have some chopped green onions here. So I'm going to put a little bit of onion in with that. Got my fork here. We're just going to stir this up. Add in our feta. And when I come back, we'll have everything out here so we can kind of recap and go over how easy it is to keep your vegan and your vegetarian friends happy when they're at the cottage. Finishing it up, you have guests that are vegetarians or vegans. You're a little bit, leery of what can I serve them and how can I keep them, satisfied. 5 easy recipes that we've completed today, all really great. We have a lento Greek salad. Again, keeping the protein in with your fresh vegetables. I'm using goat's milk feta. Again, there's some other fetas you can, non-cheese, non-dairy at all if it's true vegan. We have a beautiful strawberry watermelon salad with some fresh mint. Again, our stir fry, as you can see, we kept the mushrooms, still that roasted, earthy flavor, absolutely fantastic. Edamame, sweet pea, blueberry, arugula, everything good is in this salad right here. A little bit of nona peas balsamic, absolutely fantastic. And truly one of my favorite ones that we do for a lot of the bands is a couscous salad using dried fruit, a little bit of fresh mushrooms, fresh lemon juice, and away we go. Simple, easy recipes. Glad you could join me. Until next time, I'm Chef D. Look at that. If you want to, you can turn them over halfway through the cooking process. We're not going to look at it for about 2 hours. The whole house is going to smell amazing. The meat's going to be tender. Hi. Who's that?